and welcome to this presentation about individualized education plans. What happens after your child receives their IEP? First question is, what's next? What happens after your child has been identified for special education and needs their own individualized plan? Let's start with, what is an IEP? An IEP is an individualized education plan. A student's IEP must be individual and based on their individual needs. It's designed just for the student. It's written by a team of people who know the student, and that includes parents and teachers. And the team looks at the child as an individual and then creates a plan that will target that student's unique needs. When is this plan created? An IEP must be created within 30 days of when the student's identified as having special education needs. And the team meeting for when the IEP is first created is scheduled with the child's parents in mind. Before the meeting, the child's parent or guardian must be notified early enough so that they can be able to attend the meeting. The meeting must be scheduled at a time and place that works for the child's parent, and parents must be notified about the purpose, the time, and the location of the meeting. Parents can also invite other people to these meetings, anyone who has special knowledge about the child and can give good positive input into what these plans include. Who's on an IEP team? The team includes all of the student's teachers and the student's parent or guardian. The team can also include school administrators, other educators, including education specialists, and when appropriate, the student can also be a part of these meetings. The IEP includes lots of specific elements that will help create the plan for the student's education. The student's present level of performance must be included in the plan. That's the starting off point for the student. The plan also has to include measurable goals and objectives. It's important that these can actually be measured and that the student can follow a track to meet their goals for the year. The plan also includes accommodations and modifications that the student will receive in the classroom. And it will also include other educational needs of the student. That includes any assistive technology needs that the student might have. Also notices about extending the school year for the student and any behavior needs that the student has. The plan can also include specifics about services and also the placement, where in the classroom the student will be, where in the school. What kinds of services or placement will the student receive? Placement must be in the least restrictive environment, and it's part of the Pennsylvania Code that there is a strong preference for keeping a student in the regular classroom. A child can't be precluded or kept out of the regular classroom simply because that child can't do the regular classroom work. And the school environment should allow a student to make meaningful progress towards achieving their goals. What's the parents' role in all of this? Parents do have input into every aspect of the IEP. Parents' thoughts and ideas are essential, and parents can bring in useful information to the team. Things like what the child is like outside of school, how the child learns best, and also what the child's strengths are. Parental consent is required for a student to receive any special education services, and parents will receive a copy of the child's IEP. When does the program start? The IEP plan will include an approximate start date for that student. Each of the child's teachers and service providers will know the student's IEP. They'll know what accommodations the student gets, any modifications to the plan, and they'll also know about the support that needs to be provided to the child. Students' progress must be measured and then reported to parents. Progress reports need to consider the student's goals, and they also need to say whether this child is on track to meet the goals for that year. Parents with a child in special education receive progress reports at least as often as parents with non-disabled children. An IEP plan is reviewed at least once a year. Parents can ask for additional reviews and meetings, more than that if they would like them. And an IEP can be changed with parental input. Parents can make suggestions for changes. Parents can agree or disagree with IEP goals. Parents can also agree or disagree with the child's placement based on the plan. Through all of this, parents are team members and must be invited to all of these meetings. If parents disagree with the plan or any changes made to the plan, they can discuss their concerns with other members of the team. And then the team can try to work together to compromise and figure out an agreement that will work for everyone. Additional testing can be done for the child, and that includes an independent evaluation that can be ordered. Through all of this, parents have rights. They must be allowed to participate. They must be notified. They must be allowed to challenge decisions about their child's education. And after a disagreement, there are steps for dispute resolution. Parents have a right to dispute the team's decision. And if the team cannot agree, parents have different options. They can ask for an administrative hearing. That's not at a court, and you don't need a lawyer present, although lawyers can be there at those hearings. And there are no fees for those administrative hearings. Parents can also, separately from the hearings, file a complaint with the Pennsylvania Department of Education. And they can also choose to go to mediation. Mediation is just between the school and the parents, and lawyers aren't involved. If you have any questions, please contact the Philadelphia Public Interest Law Center.